Good evening. Chicago-born Robert Francis Prevost has been elected by fellow cardinals to lead the world's 1.4 billion Catholics. Tens of thousands of faithful cheered Pope Leo XIV as he appeared on the balcony of St Peter's Basilica, but many didn't know who he was. Our SBS Chief International Correspondent Ben Lewis was there for the historic announcement and he joins us now. Good evening, Ben. Do we know what kind of Pope Leo will be?
Catalina, good evening. It's going to be fascinating to see, isn't it? He is seen by many as a progressive, particularly on social justice issues like migration. In that sense, very similar to Pope Francis. But when it comes to matters of church doctrine, the role of women in the Catholic Church, the LGBT community, he is seen as more of a conservative. So in some ways, he's a middle-of-the-road consensus candidate. One Italian newspaper today has described him as the least American of the Americans. Make of that what you will, but the fact that he is American came as a huge shock here. Some cardinals had hinted it would be a short conclave, but few expected it to be over this quickly. White smoke in the late afternoon on the second day, bringing joy to St Peter's Square. For the faithful, a deeply emotional, spiritual moment.
Undescribable. I can't even describe. I have goosebumps. It's amazing.
Yet in this age where everybody's holding a smartphone and most information is available within a nanosecond, the crowds and the world had to wait for the identity of the new Pope would be revealed as it has been done for centuries.
Habemus Papam.
We have a Pope, but who?
Cardinalem Prevost.
The announcement leading to a few moments of confusion. Do you know much about him?
I know that he's American and that I know Francis promoted him in his previous, when he was Pope. That's all I know.
Yet as Robert Prevost, now Pope Leo XIV, emerged, a roar of approval from the faithful below.
La pace sia con tutti voi.
He thanked his predecessor.
Aiutateci anche voi, poi gli uni gli altri, a costruire i ponti, con il dialogo, con l'incontro, unendoci tutti per essere un solo popolo, sempre in pace. Grazie a Papa Francesco.
A message that resonated with the crowds.
The speech is a great speech, including always the word peace, peace in the world, and make building bridge between countries and culture. I think it could be a great Pope.
I love the fact that he spoke brief words in Spanish, because think about all the Catholic people that are Spanish speaking around the world.
Yet few knew much about the Chicago-born 69-year-old. Americano was said with confusion more than a few times. This is somewhat of a surprising result. His name was mentioned as a contender before the conclave, but not one of those most likely. And there has long been a view within the church that there wouldn't be an American Pope. Well, history has been made.
USA! USA! It's by no coincidence that the first American Pope was elected while we're dealing with this kind of division and hatred that our American president has been sowing.
I hope America doesn't embarrass the new Pope. I hope America starts being less racist.
President Trump, whose White House recently posted an AI-generated image of him as Pope, responded to the conclave result with pride.
What greater honor could there be? That we were a little bit surprised, very happy. It was just a absolutely great honor.
The exact details of how this American, who has spent much of his life working in Peru, came to become the 267th Pope may never be known, given the conclave process is so secretive. But analysts suspect he benefited from his dual nationality.
I think the Latin American cardinals saw him as one of their own, not a gringo. And so with their solid support, I think he began to gain more support from the other cardinals, and that got him elected.
A little-known missionary with a passion for social justice, only made a cardinal in 2023, now the leader of the Catholic Church.
And Ben, how has the news been received by Catholics in the United States?
Well, Kat, the news has of course been very warmly received. Many American Catholics would have thought they'd never see a US-born Pope in their lifetime. But to describe him as just an American Pope is perhaps an oversimplification. He has spent more than 2/3 of his life outside of the United States, in Peru, Latin America, and also in Europe. Still, it is no surprise that Americans are claiming him very much as one of their own. And it has been straight to work for the new Pope. Last night he very briefly went back to his old accommodation here in Rome to say thank you to all the staff who've looked after him for the last couple of years. In the next few minutes he will be leading Mass for Cardinals inside the Sistine Chapel. Catalina.
Thank you very much for the very latest on such a historic day. That's Chief International Correspondent Ben Lewis reporting from the Vatican.